In this lesson, up to now we have discussed different type of animals based on their habitats and different types of animals based on based upon their food items. Now, the next topic is adaptations for protection. So children, all the animals should protect from their enemies because if there is no protection from their enemies, their race will be ended and they does not survive in their habitats. So as to survive in their habitats and so as to protect from their enemies, so each animal will have some special adaptation in their bodies. For example, if we take, some animals, for example, if we take hard shells on their bodies. So some animals have hard shells. So these hard shells protect those animals from the enemies. So for example, if you take snails, snails and turtles. So these snails and turtles have hard shells on their surfaces, body surfaces. So these hard shells will protect these animals from the enemies. And most of the animals escape from the enemies by running away from the enemies. So most of the animals escape from their enemies by running. That means, for example, deer. So deer and cats, mice and dogs, children. So some these animals are examples which can protect themselves from the enemies by running. So these animals have some adaptations in their legs for fast running. So if you take deer, the legs of the deer are very thin and long legs. So because of these arrangements, the deer can move very speedily and it can protect itself from the enemies. And the next one is, some animals will merge their bodies with their surroundings. So some animals will merge their bodies with their surroundings. That means they will merge their bodies in the color of their surroundings. So this merging of their bodies in their surroundings is called camouflage. So camouflage. So children, what is camouflage? So camouflage means merging of the bodies of animals into the surroundings. So into their surroundings is called camouflage. For example, if we take some chameleon or polar bear, so example polar bear. So already we have discussed about polar bear. This polar bear have a large, that means a thick layer of white color fur on its skin. So this thick white fur layer will merge with the snow surroundings. So here this polar bear has a thick white fur layer on its skin. So this white color fur layer merges the polar bear with its surroundings because its surroundings are snow surroundings. Generally snow is in white color and this fur is also in white color. So that's why polar bear merges its body with its snow surroundings and it cannot be visible to its enemies or it cannot be visible to other animals. So it can escape from its enemies by using this process camouflage. So children, this is called camouflage. And also there is another animals like chameleon. So the chameleon will always lies on the trees and plants. So it can changes its body color according to the color of the plants and leaves on which it sits. So another example for camouflage is chameleon. So chameleon, children, so it is a animal which can protect from the enemies by merging its body into its surroundings. So it changes its body color according to its surroundings. So if it settle on red color plant, so its body color will be changed into red color. and if it is present on the green color plants, its body color will be changed into green color. In this way, the body of the chameleon will be merged into surroundings and it can escape from its enemies by using this camouflage. So next, children, there are some insects like stick insects, that means stick insects and leaf insects. Stick insects and leaf insects. So these insects also protects from their enemies by merging their bodies into its surroundings. So these insects also follow this camouflage method to protect themselves from enemies. So stick insects. So this stick insect will be present in the color of the stick, in the color of the branches of the trees. So that's why when it is laid or when it is sit on the branch of this plant, its body color also changes into its branch color. That's why it merges into branch color and it cannot be seen to its enemies. Also leaf insects. So it is present in green color. When it is settled on the leaves of the plant, its body color also changes into green color and it does not seem to its enemies. It will be merged into surroundings. So also there is another insect called grasshopper. So grasshopper is a green colored insect. So its body is full of green color. And when it is settled or when it is laid on the plant, so it will merge with its surroundings. That means this body color is merged with the green color of the plants or green color of the leaves and it cannot be seen to its enemies. And some other animals have spines on their bodies. So some animals have spines on their body surfaces and these spines protects those animals from the other animals. So children, so these are the some adaptations for protection in different animals. So some have hard shells and some will follow camouflage. That means they will merge their bodies into their surroundings. And some animals will run speedily to escape from enemies. And some animals like grasshopper, stick insects, leaf insects will merge their bodies into the color of the leaves, into the color of the branches and escapes from their enemies. And some animals will have spines on its body surfaces and those spines will protect those animals from their enemies. So children, so these are the adaptations and some special arrangements to protect themselves from the enemies. So now, the next topic in this chapter is, so children, up to now we have discussed some adaptations for protection in different animals. Now the next topic in this chapter is extinct animals. Extinct animals. So children, what is extinction? So already we have discussed that every living organism will reproduce their new ones which are looking similar to them. So this process of producing young babies which are looking similar to their parents is called reproduction. So if there is no reproduction, then they will not continue to live on this earth and their race will become extinct. So there are some animals also which become extinct and most of the animals, that means most of the animals and plants which can be seen in ancient times are no more found today. So some animals and some plants are seen in ancient times, but whereas nowadays they are not found anymore. So why? Because for example, if you take dinosaurs, so children, so if you take dinosaurs, so the dinosaurs can be seen in ancient times, but they are not found no more today. What happens and why they become extinct? So because some animals does not adopt they adopt this special features according to the changing climate and changing food habits and changing age. So some animals, they are failed to adapt themselves to the changing climates. So day by day, year by year, there will be change in the climate and there will be change in the food and there will be change in the habitats also. So those animals which can change or which can adapt themselves according to the changes climates and changing food habits are then only survive on the earth, and they only can continue to live on this earth from ancient to up to now. So, but whereas some animals, especially dinosaurs, they are failed in adopting the changes in the climate and changes in the food. So that's why they cannot able to survive on this earth and they cannot found no more. They are all died in ancient times. So this is extinct animals, and these are the examples for extinct animals, and there are some more species which are at the edges of this extinction. So those animals which are at the verges, which are at the verges of the extinction are called endangerous animals. Endangerous animals. So what are endangerous animals? So endangerous animals means those animals which are going to become extinct. So which are going to become extinct, and after some days those animals also cannot be seen like dinosaurs. So those animals which cannot be seen after some years like dinosaurs are called endangered animals, because now they are in the verges of the extinct. So for example, like Bengal tiger and also some sparrows. So in ancient times, in our childhood, we will observe sparrows in every houses. But nowadays, so there are no trees and there are no nestles for laying eggs. And most of the farmers are using fertilizers. So because of these fertilizers and because of the no trees, so the sparrows are at the edges or at the verges of the extinction. So that's why these sparrows and some Bengal tigers and also vultures. So vultures also not observing nowadays. So in this way, some animals are going to become extinct. So this is our responsibility, so to protect those animals which are at the verges of the extinction. That means we have to protect these endangered animals. So these endangered animals to become extinct, because each animal has its own importance in this ecological system. So if any animal is not there, then there will be unbalance in this ecological system. So each one has its own importance. So that's why we have to protect these endangered animals, and we should protect from becoming extinct. So children, so this is about extinct animals. So we are very protect and we are very misery about animals. So children, so this is about the third lesson, life of the animals, life and survival. So this is the end of this chapter. The next chapter will be continued in the next episode.